Hi guys, my name is Jovi and this is day 2 of my 75 Hard Bible edition where I'm reading the Bible every single day for 30 minutes for 75 days, and I'm going to come on here and talk about what I read. Today is a continuation of yesterday where we talked about Matthew chapter 5. For this particular passage, the Lord really wanted me to notice the extent to which He wants us to pursue righteousness. In verse 23, it talks about if your brother has an issue with you and you're bringing an offering, leave your offering and go try to resolve the issue with your brother. Verse 29 and 30 talk about how if your eye or your hand cause you to sin, gouge your eyeball out and cut your hand off. Verse 39 talks about if somebody slaps you on your right side, turn around and give them the left too. All of these are extreme examples or really dramatic examples of what Christ is trying to exemplify and what Christ is trying to teach. We have to go to very far lengths in order for us to look like Christ. So in regards to how we pursue peace, Christ says that even if you didn't cause it, if your brother or your sister got a problem with you, for you to leave your offering and for you to go and try to resolve whatever the issue is. Again, you are not necessarily in the wrong. And obviously there's boundaries and there's like nuances to every single situation, right? But the overarching idea here is that we are to be on the offense in terms of pursuing peace. We are to be intentional in terms of pursuing peace. We don't have to be the person who did wrong for us to pursue peace, for us to try to live well amongst people. In terms of plucking out your eye and cutting your hand off, obviously don't cut your hand off and gouge out your eye. But this is just talking about the extent to which we have to deal with our sin. We cannot pet our sin. We cannot coddle our sin. It is not a puppy. It is not a baby. We do not kiss it. We do not take our time to work through it. No, we are to deal with it harshly. Cut it off. Jesus literally could have said anything in terms of how we deal with sin. He could have said, let it fade away slowly like a mist. But instead he said, cut it off, because it is better for part of your hand to be in hell than all of you. Gouge it out, because it is better for part of your hand to perish than all of you. That means that when we are dealing with our sin harshly, we will lose something. We will sacrifice something greatly. It will hurt. It will pain us to release whatever the Lord is calling us to release. Releasing sin is not a comfortable situation to be in, but it is what God has called us to do. Final example. If someone slaps you on the right, give them the left. Obviously, don't let nobody put your hands on you. But this is just the extent to which we should show grace. Even when we have justification and grounds to retaliate, we should return it with grace to the point where it doesn't make sense for you to do that. Obviously, there's nuance and there's boundaries, okay? But by and large, in general, when somebody does something wrong to you, even when you have every right to show up and give them what they're asking for, don't retaliate in that fashion. That is what God is calling us to do. In verse 48, it says, be perfect, therefore, as your heavenly Father is perfect. And that's how that's how Jesus ends that section of the Sermon on the Mount. And so the whole point of all of these characteristics is to get us to look like Christ. Not that we're supposed to be perfect, but that we're supposed to embody these characteristics. When we think about how Jesus deals with us, Jesus deals with us with extreme patience, with extreme grace. Jesus deals with sin in an extreme fashion, where he will cut it off and throw it into the fire. So we're supposed to embody those same exact characteristics. I hope this resonated with you. It really did resonate with me, and I'll see you next time. This is Jovi signing out.